Okay, and welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to show you how to use this GoPro to get the best possible settings for shooting at night. So once you've turned the GoPro on, what we're going to do is we're going to navigate down here to the mode menu, and we're going to click on that one there. Now we're going to choose cinematic today. So we'll press on the pencil. It's going to bring up the menu for our options here for shooting with the GoPro. The first thing we're going to click on is the resolution frames per second option. All right, so when I'm filming, I normally use the option of 4K at 24 frames per second. This is because I like to film most of my videos with that cinematic kind of look as much as possible. Some folks prefer 50 frames per second, which is great for capturing slow motion. But if you use that when filming at nighttime, what happens is you're not letting enough lens into the sensor on the GoPro. And of course, the GoPro sensor is very small as well, so it needs as much light as possible. Basically, the higher the frame rate, the less light it's getting to the sensor, and it's going to produce a darker image. So I highly suggest when shooting at night or in low light settings, you choose either 24 frames per second, 25 if you wish, but I'm going to shoot at my personal favorite of 24 frames per second. You can choose whatever lens you like in this lens option. I'm going to stick with my favorite option, which is linear with horizon leveling, but of course you can change it to whatever you wish, whatever you prefer. A hyper smooth is really great for movement, but it's actually much better during the daytime when the GoPro can get as much light onto the sensor as possible. It's still a good option to have when filming at night though, so we're going to keep that one on. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at right now is the Protunes settings. Now here's where we can have a little bit of fun and try and make a few little differences that will make a big difference to your nighttime footage. The bit rate, we're going to keep that at standard. The shutter preset is auto, but here's where we want to change a couple of different things here. A really good rule of thumb when it comes to photography is to have your shutter speed at double the frame rate that you are shooting at. So for example, we are shooting at 24 frames per second right now. So the optimal shutter speed in that case would be 1/48th of a second. And we can actually do that by using the slider and putting the slider up to 1/48th of a second. Okay, so the next Protunes setting we're going to look at is white balance. White balance is basically what we use to measure the warmth or the temperature of the footage that we are using, and it's measured in kelvins. How white balance works is if we put the slider up higher, give it a higher Kelvin figure. So for example, up there right now it's 6,000. You'll see how the footage is very warm, orange even. And if you move it lower down the scale, you'll see how the lower we go, the bluer the footage it gets. When you're shooting at nighttime, the ideal temperature to have your white balance at is between 3200 Kelvin and 4000 Kelvin. Just there. Next thing we're going to look at is the ISO, and the ISO relates to how sensitive the camera is to light. So we're going to keep it set at a minimum of 100 ISO, and the maximum, well, you can actually shoot it, have it go all the way up to 6400 if you wish, but that's going to make your footage really grainy. As a rule, you don't really want to go any higher than 800, or at the most 1600 is pretty good for filming at night. So we've got the ISO set between 100 and 1600. And then we'll just slide down here, check some other settings. The sharpness, we're going to keep that to medium. We're going to keep the color at GoPro's profile, which is, has like a lot of vibrancy to it. If you wish, you can change to the flat option, where you can maybe do some alterations in editing. And the wind, we're going to keep that on auto. And basically, that's all the settings that we need for filming with the GoPro at night.
If you want to learn even more about GoPros, click on this video over here later. Just like this video, it's packed with heaps of tips and tricks so you can get the most out of using your action camera, you rather mighty little GoPro Hero. As usual, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.